yesterday for the first time. I went to the Hub down by Escolta Street, and I originally went because the Den, the coffee shop, posted on Instagram about a talk that the drawing room was going to be hosting, and I'm really glad I went, and I'm glad that I followed the Den while I was back in New York. And again, it was a really fulfilling experience to go somewhere that I admired from afar and to see it in person, and again see the community that does exist here in Manila, the arts community, or like just cool coffee people. Yep. Anyway, I went to the Den and I listened to this awesome half-Filipina artist based in Denmark. Her name is Lilibeth. She presented her work with us for the past couple of days. She was working on this project called Decomposing the Self, in which you only use materials that you can find in the human body, such as calcium and gold, because you're golden, pony boy, stay golden. After listening to Lilibeth talk about her project at the Den, I realized the Den is located within the Hub, and I did not know what that was. The Hub is a giant space in which local artists or like clothing shop owners or people who have clothing stores online can come and sell their products that they have. So after the talk, I walked through each of the little stores, mini marts. I don't know, they're not like big. It's just like little stands or whatever. Everybody gets their own little space. Probably like one store could be the size of my bed right now. I definitely see myself going back to the Hub and the Den to do some homework. If you buy something at the Den, you get Wi-Fi for 2 hours, which is great because I needed to stop using my pocket Wi-Fi. After listening to Lilibeth talk, there was a Q&A, and I actually got to ask her some questions, mostly regarding being half Filipina, because while I've been here, obviously the majority of the people are 100% Filipino here. Many different topics came up during her Q&A session. There was one question regarding identity. For me, my question definitely had to do with that. I think it's more like following or trying to get in touch with your roots, and that's why I'm here. That's the reason that I'm studying at De La Salle this term in the Philippines. So it was really nice to share that experience with an artist. The Q&A actually got a little emotional. Oh my god, I was getting emotional because, it's an emotional topic. I mean, her experience being half Filipina is different from mine because she was actually born here and grew up here until she was 8, and then that's when she and her parents moved to Denmark, and that's where the rest of her siblings were born. I'm an only child. I was born and raised in New York, but I gotta tell you, when people ask, what are you? The answer is always, half Filipino, half Irish, but it's different for me because I'm first generation on my mom's side, but I think fourth generation on my dad's side, and the majority of my family on my father's side were born in New York. So it's really just like, I'm from New York, but I'm half Filipino, That's what the experience is for me. I definitely strongly identify with Filipino American culture, and since I'm here, I can see the complexity between being Filipino or being Filipino American, and there's beauty behind both. It is an insecurity for me, and I think it was an insecurity for her. I think it's just making the most out of your complex self. So thank you, Lilibeth, for decomposing the self and yourself, because you decomposing yourself has helped me, or is helping me kind of decompose myself and see the different parts and appreciate each one without trying to hide the other one. Like, let's put a cloth over that one. I don't need to, let's edit that one out in the photo now. But I want to show you what I got at the Hub. So, I don't know what to start. Okay, let's start with this. Let's start with Daniela Calumba's stuff. So I got a couple, actually, I think the majority of the things I purchased here were from Daniela's little area within the hub. Anyway, follow her on Instagram. She's great. I really wanted to get a pair of her earrings, but it was either just the earrings or get two different little things. And I got like a lip balm that she makes herself. She also makes like vegan soaps and whatnot. And I got this cute little bracelet for 200 pesos, which is like kind of like $4. This was like 100, I think, so that's like so that's like $6 there. And then I got these photographs. I got these photos from her as well. I think if you purchase one, it's like 35 pesos, and then if you get three, it's 75. So it's like one for 35 or three for 75. And let's see, I got a picture of the infamous Baguio broom. Okay, I got a picture of a guy operating like a machine. No, I got a picture of a guy on a calesa, probably near Intramuros, I don't know. And then a picture of a bunch of empty San Miguel beer bottles. But yeah, so those are the things I got from Daniela. Thank you. And yeah, so afterward, I headed over to, I believe the store is called General Merchandise, but it's abbreviated somehow. I forget what it is. I think it's like I don't remember. But anyway, the store to the left of Daniela's little area is called General Merchandise, and I got this shirt by Slaves of Liberty, who I also follow them on Instagram. And I think it was definitely not more than 300 pesos, so like maybe $6 or so. But I thought this was good because it's a lightweight t-shirt, and at the style, I'm finding that basically all of the classrooms are air conditioned, but it does get hot, like if I'm walking in between classes. So I'm totally fine wearing like a denim jacket or an army jacket over a nice t-shirt, but by the time you step out of the classroom, it's really hot and it's not something I'm used to. So if I didn't hydrate myself, having a nice lightweight shirt like this by Slaves of Liberty is definitely good for campus outfits. And my final purchase was one of those purchases, like when you see it, you have to get it. So I stopped by, I hope I'm not pronouncing this wrong, I think it's Denuo, I believe. What does it mean in Latin? I'm not quite sure. You can Google it. But this was my guilty pleasure purchase, or the purchase that I was like, I shouldn't get it, but I really want it, and I don't think I'll ever see it again. And if I come back next time, it's definitely not going to be here, because this store here, as you can see, is hand selected. And yeah, so I believe everything that's there is kind of like a one-of-a-kind type of deal. And I got this vest. It's awesome. Check out those peacocks. If it were a little loose, if it were a little tight, then I would have to pass on this beautiful masterpiece. But because it fit so well and it matched the t-shirt that I was wearing, I had to get it. And let's see, it came out to about 750 pesos, which if you think about it, like compared to, I don't know, let's compare it to going to a boutique in New York. I'm sure this would be so much more than 750 pesos, but I don't know, when I see that number here in the Philippines, I'm like, what am I buying? But this is probably equivalent to like $15 or so. So for me, this was my last purchase. If I saw this first, I probably wouldn't have gotten all the other things. Oh, why am I saying that? Of course I would. But yeah, I like it. Plain t-shirt. Boom! A staple piece. And there you have it. So if you're ever at the hub, I encourage you to take a look at the little stores, appreciate the photography that is on display, or consider purchasing some film as well. I only went to the hub yesterday for the first time, and it was great to interact. It was great because all the people that are there are quite down to earth. A lot of people followed me back on Instagram. It was great. I look forward to seeing you again in the future at the Hub, or maybe other places. Who knows? But I will say, and even the Hub commented on my photo. I think they thanked me for coming. Of course, I will definitely be there again. I'm very glad that they interact with their online community. That's my stuff.